guys, welcome back to another YouTube video here today. And today we are going over our new Ordnance cache build. And if you guys enjoy this video, make sure you guys leave a like, subscribe, and leave a comment down below. And let's get right into the build. So what we are using is we are going to go over the gear first. We are using the Dark Beast for the Bloom's crystals and any Ordinite enemy. This works really good. We have a Jacob's Ripper shotgun roll. This is the rolls that you were looking for. And then we're using the bubbles for mobbing when you run out of your ordnance, because it is pretty hard to keep up with mobbing with this ordnance because your fire rate is through the roof. And then we're using the manipulative bubbles. So we have one with Daedalus shotgun. That's all you really need. Is so you can use 2 bubbles for shotgun. We're trying to use Vladoff only for mobbing. And then we're using a Burt's Beat. All you're really looking for is Elemental. Now, it can drop a Ripper and Jacobs, but all you're really looking for is an element on your Burt's Beat. And then we're using the Shiny War Paint, so you get 30% more fire rate and 50% more fire rate. But this one, see, these are the rolls you're looking for. And then we're using the Cryo Flat Cannon for like the beginning part of the raid. And then we're switching to the fire. We haven't got a God Roll fire one, but you're looking for the flat cannon with 6 point fire rate. I haven't really used the shock one a whole lot. Neither have I used the corrosive one. I've mostly used the cryo one so far, and the fire one. The fire one for Thol. We haven't got the best fire one though, and it still absolutely just melts them. And then we're using the Hero Bullet, box and gun of guns with Vladoff licensed magazines, 20% fire rate and 20% more mag size. Bullet hose guns with Vladoff licensed parts have 30% chance to edit extra projectile per shot. And this has gunfire rate and assault rifle fire rate. So another really nice thing about the extra projectile, since we are using Gloam. Gloam highly benefits from the extra projectile, so this is extremely good. And then we're using the Triple Am Guardian Angel, so this is really nice. And then we're using the Lucky Go Rin Rider. You're looking for one with fire rate, damage dealt from 5 from Gloam to Glow, and 2 in Dusty Trail. Oh yeah, and the firmware, we are using 3 bullets to spare. You get gun fire rate, gun magazine size, and gun fire rate by 50% of gun magazine size. So this is really nice. And then we're using 2 gadget hoists, so you get 20% more ordnance damage. Then we're using 5 in Unleash, so you get 20% more fire rate. 5 in Stand and Bleed, so you get 10% more critical chance. 4 in Blur and Fingers and Brass, you get more fire rate and reload speed. We put 1 in Hot Hand. So we put 1 in Hot Hand so we can use just use cryo in the beginning of the raid, so we don't have to swap elements. Beginning of the raid, I recommend at least swapping to the fire one when you get to the final part of Thol. That is the only part where I swap. This is why we're only putting 1 in Hot Hand, so it makes it a little more comfortable at the top of the raid. The top raid boss, you might have a little problems with this because you might heal from your fire damage, but you might be able to like swap elements on it and make it like not heal from it. So I haven't tried it. And then we're using the 5 in Unshaken, so you get increased damage all sources for fortune stack loss. And then we're using from Glum to Glow. Cash gains increased max overshield. A portion of all damage they'll increase the converted to overshield. Whenever Cash loses a fortune stack, shots from his overshield deals bonus gun damage. This actually works with ordnance too, even though it does say guns. And then we're using 5 in Lawless. So you get 45% more kinetic damage. 2 in here, so we get down the tree. Because it's a little bit more bonus kinetic damage. 3 in here, War Wagon, so we get ammo back when we're shooting our ordnance. 1 in Nothing Light Beats. 3 in Brimstone, so you get more reload speed and fire rate of reload speed. So this is just really good for your ordnance. Do a lot more reload speed. 5 into skill damage. 3 in Sweet Roll, so you get health restored when you're using your totems. You can be using your totems for mobbing because you can't easily get your ordnance back. And then we're using the 2 in Luck Be Robot, so you have a little bit of extra skill cooldown rate. And then we're using 5 and no Fortuna, so you have more windfall chance and more elemental effect damage and all effect chance. 3 in Turn of Fate, so you get more life. You get life steal when you get overshield while windfall. So this activates your gloom really well. And then we're using one to can't stop winning, so we can activate gloom. And then you're gonna want to use Fight is Alive, so you have 4 totems. So the reason you want 4 totems, we're not really using it for damage, is we shoot. Your ordnance is gone. You throw a totem, throw another one, throw another one. You basically had your ordnance back. You didn't really need to throw another one. But then you have an extra one, which is really nice. Then you will have it on cool. It won't be as long as cooldown. You can spam the ordnance. But with mobbing, it's a little bit hard because the fire rate's so fast, and plus they die pretty fast. Plus this thing hits for like millions of damage when we actually have gloom. Lost gloom right now. We proc gloom. I see it's hitting for 1.4 mil per shot, which is massively insane. I hope you guys enjoy this video. Make sure you guys leave a like, subscribe, leave a comment down below, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.